raccoon? Where'd he go? Let me get situated. Been a while since I did this. Yeah, raccoon. I have not seen a raccoon. Hardly at all. Well guys, Saturday night. Tracy and I were originally going to have a happy little bonfire tonight because finally had a good day yesterday, and of course it seems every time we have a good day something has to come along and shit on that good day. I can't believe he's gone. He was fine. He went out this morning, he was talkative, he ate well. He wanted to go out this morning. He doesn't go out too often, but when he wants out he lets you know. We didn't think nothing of it until he got close to 6 o'clock was his time for his insulin shot, so Tracy started looking for him and couldn't find him, which was unusual. And then she, like I said, found him over there by Adam's pump house. Like, man, it's crazy. We were talking about taking him in because he was not supposed to go back till September because his blood sugar levels had been fine and he'd been acting fine. Well, nothing we can do now. So anyways, like I said, we were going to have a happy little bonfire and hang out, but we're still going to have a fire. Maybe we'll just try to push through and tell some Onyx stories if we can remember, because 14 years and 3 months, he created a lot of stories for us. So other than that, we're just going to hang out for a while. It's just absolutely gorgeous tonight. Well guys, looks like Carl's going to come and grace us with his presence this evening. So that's cool. We could use somebody to carry the conversation a little bit, I suppose. We were just talking about what a huge void not having Onyx is going to be, because he was born into Tracy's hands 14 years ago. And what was it?
June 17th.
June 17th. So we know exactly the day, the minute he was born. And the minute he died, more or less. Pretty darn close. Within a couple hours anyways. But it's just like he was always right here, right outside the bathroom door, right on the floor. That was his spot. Or the back of my chair. Or the countertop there for a while. But very predictable, just like his mother always was. Except for when they would decide to change their routine, then they would go do or lay somewhere else for a month or two, and then they'd swap it up and do something else for a month or two. They were both, it's so funny, man, their personalities were basically identical. He was such a good cat.
Then when you'd be sleeping and you touch him and you get the wow.
You know, the noises he made. I didn't record a lot of him recently because he was doing well. Like Shelby, we took some video. We knew Shelby was going down, so we made sure we had some video of Shelby before he got horrible. But we didn't do that with Onyx. We have a lot of video. The sad part about Onyx and Wizzy and his brother Lucky that passed away 3 years old, and Salem and Shadow, I had a hard drive failure and lost all of the kitten pictures and videos. That was like when we first ever even had a camera that was capable of taking videos. And they're gone. I know what hard drives are on, and I know I could probably pay somebody $100, $200, but I think I have three or four hard drives that won't fire up. So I'm not sure which one they're on. So and I obviously can't afford $400 to take a gamble to try to revive 4 hard drives. So, but I still have them, so maybe someday I'll get lucky and be able to try to retrieve that stuff off of there, because we have some awesome, it was our first experience raising kittens, so imagine, comedy ensued. It was funny watching them eat make a mess of themselves for the first time.
Opening that bedroom door in the morning and just having them come flooding
Pouring
out.
flood of kittens coming out of the room in the morning. It was an amazing time, an amazing experience when you had never done it before. And that's kind of what got us hooked on cats.
Hexie was such a good mom. She was such a good mom.
Yeah, we miss them all, obviously.
But it's just the past 6 months with Onyx, with, having to give him his shots twice a day, and
got that much closer.
yeah,
him.
having to make sure he was fed. I just bought him his fancy feast today.
Yeah, we had no indication that he was going downhill.
Well, like I said, he was doing a couple odd things, and I was like, yeah, we're going to have to get him into the vet because something's going on. But
he was an odd cat, too.
Yeah. But I had no indication that I was
going to lose him, that's for sure.
I thought he was sleeping.
Alright guys, we'll be back hopefully with some more amusing Onyx stories. You guys ever heard anything like this? Listen to Miss Angel. She don't like being in the house alone. She was only like 15 feet or less behind us. She makes some of the craziest sounds. This is tame.
Wait till you hear her one day when I'm giving her a bath.
Yep, we're going to do that. Tracy gave her a bath the other night. Oh my God, she went cuckoo. So I think I might take her in the river so y'all can see it.
You would have thought that I was bathing her in boiling oil.
We'll get it for you. It might be our first viral video, guys, because it's hilarious. It's like 5 minutes later, guys. She's still going. If I walk out to the garage and I don't let her out in the dog pen area, oh my God, she goes crazy. It's about a 50-50 chance if I let her in the dog pen area and leave her there, that she'll shut up. About half the time she doesn't, and I end up having to come back, open the gate. Like today, I had to open the gate and let her follow. And she followed me out to the garage, and she hung out in the garage with me for at least an hour. But at least she finally shut up. She walked around, wore herself out, and then she finally laid down. She's got a lot of energy for 14 years old. Still a good girl. She's actually been using a litter box, by the way. I'm okay with that. She's not tipping it over or anything. She's actually getting in there and using it. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? She certainly learned that one because Art didn't have no litter box. Maybe she's going to quiet down. Fingers crossed. Should have thought about this earlier, guys, because it popped up coincidentally yesterday in my Facebook memories. Was a picture of Mr. Onyx with a face full of sour cream. He was bigger than most cats. He had a larger face than most cats, so a lot of cats could lick the sour cream without getting it all over their forehead and face. Not Mr. Onyx. So that memory actually that picture popped up in my Facebook memories yesterday. And then we got another one. I could probably never find it, but it's the same thing of Onyx with a face full of flour. Remember that? Somehow he got trying to make Onyx cookies or something. He got a face full of flour. And I'm sure there's other things we're forgetting that he got his face in. He definitely was always getting his face in like cookie batter or cake mix.
Cake mix. Bacon. Always wanted the raw bacon.
Yes.
That one time I left it sitting by the stove and I left the other half that I hadn't used, and by the time I looked, he had eaten half a pack of bacon and then proceeded to throw up all over the counter.
Yes, he would get a hold of something like that he really loved and gorge himself till he puked.
Throwing up whole strips of bacon.
And recently, though, he has, every cat throws up now and again, but the last couple of times that he's thrown up, he threw right back up on the plate that he was eating off of, so he didn't even make a mess. He just threw it right back up on the same plate. Like, well, thank you for that. That made cleaning that up easy. It's so weird. It's like he knew. Even pottying, and the couple odd things he's done in the past week was pooping outside the litter box. So we had been putting pads down because we really think Gizmo is peeing, lifting his leg on the litter box. So we put potty pads down and cured that. The potty pad's getting peed on. But yesterday, Onyx pooped on the potty pad, which was one of the unusual things, which was leading us to say we need to take him in to the vet, because he was not doing that. He was using the litter box.
He was still peeing in the litter box.
Yeah, once his insulin was in check, or so we thought in check, he was using the litter box like a normal cat. We hadn't had no issues at all.
No, something else happened.
Yeah, but then he pooped. He pooped a couple times outside the box in the last week. Not even outside the box. He pooped like a foot away from where he was laying.
Something else was going on. No, I just don't think it was his blood sugar. Something else
Probably
happened, and I don't know what.
But hopefully we can find some cool pictures. Everything we got's buried. I have so much stuff, as you guys can imagine. Even before I started doing YouTube, just tons and tons and tons of cat stuff. But a lot of it's not recoverable. Is that coming from up on the hill?
Right there.
People? Oh, okay. Alrighty.
They have absolutely no idea how their voices carry down here.
I know that. But unfortunately, people are allowed to be around. They're just loud. They don't know how, being down here in the hole and them up on the hill.
Then water.
Yeah, and the water, their voices really, really carry. They probably can't hear us, but we can hear them.
We can hear every word that they're saying, like, we can understand every word they're saying, and I think it's hilarious.
As you can hear, she's still upset. She was just outside for a half hour by herself. Now she came back in. I think she's bitching about the kids up on the hill that won't shut up.
Oh, they're not kids. Like I said, you don't get that hoarseness in your voice.
They're kids to me. If they're 30, they're kids.
No, I think they're older than that. You don't get that hoarseness and that bitterness at a young age. Did Gizmo go in?
You might live in up here. No, he did not.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I thought he went in with you. There he is.
Gizmo.
He's coming. I see a little four-legged ghost.
Come on, Gizmo.
You are quick. Look at how speedy you are. You're a zoomy little dog.
Good boy. Never thought I'd have a Chihuahua, let alone one I could trust. And would listen. Good boy. Good boy, Pablo.
Guillermo.
Any of you guys ever watch the show What We
What We Do in the
Shadows? We started calling Gizmo Guillermo. Maybe we picked it up on the show, but one of the nicknames.
We did that first.
One of nicknames of the characters. His name's not Guillermo either, but they call him Guillermo.
No, his name is Guillermo.
Oh, is it Guillermo?
But they call him Gizmo.
Okay.
It's bizarre. His name is Guillermo, and they refer to him as Gizmo all the time, and we always refer to Gizmo as Guillermo.
And we can't say for certain whether we just started doing that because we heard it on the show, of subconsciously started doing it. Don't know.
And by the way, if you're not watching What We Do in the Shadows, and you don't mind some raunchy humor, you really should watch What We Do in the Shadows.
R-rated F-bombs, you should watch it.
It's basically about vampires that are hundreds of years old and how they're surviving
In the modern life.
They have pictures of them like in Renaissance paintings all the way like through the 70s and 80s where they're like dressed like punks. I mean, it's just hilarious.
Looks like we're going to have to put this one down. She's miserable. Oh my God, dog.
She is very attached because she lost her daddy. She's afraid something's going to happen to us too. Especially to you. She's very attached to you.
Hopefully she'll calm down. But man, there's times when like I said, when I go outside, she'll keep going and going and going and going, man. Not like you think a 14-year-old dog would get pooped out. Not her.
She's very demanding. And she's got a very powerful bark for such a little dog.
I did not tell you guys. I actually stayed out later last night. Not real late. But I saw a raccoon across the river, finally. I actually got video evidence of a raccoon. That's the first one I've seen all summer. Maybe a couple in the beginning of the year. Very rare. We hear them, but we really don't see them.